Welcome back everybody to Let's Play more Final Fantasy IV The After Years. We're gonna start Young's Challenge Dungeon today with Ursula because, well, she's cool. Hooray! Now I've already gone through this once and I got a black cowl for my reward, and this may be a little slightly difficult, but I think I'll be okay because I made it through okay. So, I'm only in the low 30s. Now, put Ursula back on because she's cuter. Alright, so, unlike the other challenge dungeons, well, some of which I've seen, where the challenge dungeon actually relates to the character in some way, this one is totally counterproductive of that. Because remember the whole lesson and the whole, rift, Ursula and Yang shared and whatnot was that he felt she was relying too much on physical strength alone, which in a way, she was. The point of this challenge dungeon is to beat the shit out of things. There's no strategy other than stay alive. That's it. Are you kidding me? Not that it's bad or anything like that. I mean, it's perfectly fine because it does get, slightly, more challenging as it goes along. I just think it's, I should probably change my cursor to keep. I love this skill. It is so freaking awesome. And I'm under the moon phase where it's, has increased power, so I have the flame claws on Yang because a bunch of things in here are weak to fire, so hooray! That way I'm gonna set it to keep, so my I can use auto battle. But anyway, like I said, not the challenge dungeon is bad or anything like that. As the dungeon itself, I just think it's kind of crappy that well. Oh, I gotta need to fix that. Other characters are more appropriate, and this one is not. But anyway, one thing I want to address, since this challenge engine is extremely straightforward, so I have time to talk about random crap. Yeah, punch him right in the face. The whole running gag / mistake I made about the whole in Young's chapter, the failing to put gas in the tank. Boy, did I get a lot of crap for that. Now, to be fair, I was wrong on some parts and was misremembering things. However, after re-looking at the situation, I find that I'm still not 100% wrong because there are so many things wrong with that whole thing. First and foremost, the implication is that in the first monster attack, which I sort of forgot about for a while, the fuel tank was damaged. Because right after that, they're like, oh crap, we're running out of fuel. And given that palm oil is the fuel that they're substituting, it seems to be that they use liquid fuel as opposed to something else, say coal or whatever. Okay, fine. Well, apparently they lost fuel in the monster attack, okay? How do you lose fuel like that? Because your gas tank or whatever was punctured and or damaged in some sort of way that makes you lose the fuel that you've already stored. Okay, fine. The quest we go on is to get more fuel. There is nothing said about repairing the fuel tank. If your fuel tank is damaged and or leaking and cannot hold that much fuel anymore, adding more fuel is not going to solve the problem until you repair the reservoir that is holding it. There is not a single line of dialogue in the chapter that implies that somebody has done this. However, all that put aside, even if that is just a stupid script error, there's more things wrong with that scene. Right before they realize, oh crap, we're out of gas and we need to stop. I have no idea what I just got there. Do I care? Not really. They kind of run into Edward, and they have a very brief conversation to find out, yes, they're both headed to Baron. Now, Edward at this point suspects Baron has their hands in some deep shit, but he doesn't know for sure. Obviously his suspicions would prove to be correct, as he would later find out, but he has no idea that anyone else's crystal has been stolen, or that Young's ship has just been attacked by monsters. Why does he fail to mention this to Edward? Granted, they find out that their destination is the same. There's probably the assumption that, they both know there's something going on here. Edward doesn't know that there's serious shit going on. And even if Young had assumed that Edward's crystal had already been yanked and that's why he was going, why did he not ask anything about this, saying, hey, you okay, buddy, or anything like that? Nothing. I've just been attacked by monsters and, oh yeah, Baron and Kane just stole my crystal. Is everything okay? Nothing is said about that. If Edward knew that there was that much crap going on, as soon as he saw them falling behind, because he thinks they're falling behind because it just ended in trouble, and considering they're in the middle of a friendly race, I think he just assumed that, they just kind of pushed it too far and, just kind of overblew it a little bit. That's what I would think if you're in the middle of a friendly race and you don't know something else has seriously gone wrong before this. I mean, if Edward knew that they were really in trouble, or that was really trouble afoot, like right in front of them, as soon as he saw them falling behind, he would have turned his ship around and helped, because that's the kind of guy Edward is. And the Flame Claws are going to be crap here, but they're helpful everywhere else, so I'll be fine. And I should probably use a high potion. So, anyway, all even that put aside, remember in the first game when Leviathan sank our ship? Why, as a result of this earlier attack, are there not emergency plans placed on these ships? Things such as, like signal flares, or lifeboats, or anything like that, or like reserve fuel hidden somewhere not in the tank, or something like this. Like, there is no, countermeasures taken for any sort of accident. There is no contingency plan. You would think as a result of the attack that would kind of kick it in a gear that, yeah, maybe we should have had something here. Oh yeah, I gotta fight this to find out what I get. I got a Black Cowl the first time, who I think I have equipped on Yang, but I'm not sure. And I'm actually not even getting my butt kicked in this chapter like I was previously when I was grinding for this. But anyway, man, he's really getting his ass kicked. Oh, this is not good. Not good, not good. Not good at all, good sir. Let's see if I can solo this just with her. Actually, no, I need to reselect that. No, Phoenix down, you dipshit. But anyway, if you remember back to the Titanic disaster, those of you who know much about it, don't kill her. That obviously, while it was a tragedy and stuff like that, some part of the problem was that safety codes were out of date. So even if, until they were actually updated, if it wasn't them, it just would have been somebody else. A ship that it happened to. So as a result of the Titanic disaster, a lot of, better safety measures were put into place, such as lifeboats, the amount of lifeboats and capacity adjusted to the amount of passengers on the ship rather than the tonnage, things like having 24-hour Marconi, your radios and stuff like that, man, 24 hours, all that came as a result of that disaster. So, we can compare it to this. It's like, why didn't they do anything to sort of try to avert disaster again should it happen? They did nothing. So that is just what really... Oh, great, I get one of that. I don't get my stupid adamantite. Fine. Fine. Can I equip that on anyone else? Actually, I'm gonna check my stats here. I'm gonna give it to him. Because why not? No, I didn't watch stat. No, equipment! I forgot I'm gonna put this on memory, so... not as much as I wanted, but oh well. So yeah, so basically that whole scene and that whole plotline is just stupid. And it could have been done a lot better. It's like, oh crap, it's just retarded in every way I can think of. Like, nothing about that scene went right. Except for Edward, who didn't know that they'd just been attacked by monsters, and hey, we got a potential problem here. Like, no warning to, Buddy Edward saying, hey, we were just attacked, you better watch out, is everything okay? That's what I would have done, that's what Edward would have done if the roles had been reversed. I don't know what the hell happened with Yang in this game, but oh my god, he's got his head so far up his ass he can't even see straight. like the guy, I really do, but God, maybe because he's in it, he you know, hit the big 5-0, and it is beyond that now that, you know, old age is starting to kick in, and, you know, brain isn't functioning as much, you know, as well as it should. That's the only excuse I'm letting him get off on. That better be the case. So yeah, even if after you open the final chest, you still have to get all the way through here. And of course, with no one with teleport, you can't get out of here very easily. But yeah, extremely straightforward dungeon. That's it. Like, I didn't even, like, when I got the final chest the first time, I didn't realize it was the final chest until I just kept going and going and going and going, and I figured that was, like, the final, you know, test before the chest until I got at the end, and I'm like, that was friggin' it? And I'm gonna use a potion just to be sure. This is like the longest hallway ever. Or maybe not ever, but god damn it, it's just long. And there's nothing in it, it's just like like a single file hallway. It's just odd. And I'm not even editing out these battles because this episode is gonna be just really, really short, so. And I'm just auto-battling the whole way through, so. For once, this is gonna be like the easiest episode to edit ever. Because my god, editing some of these takes a long time. So after I cut and merge the parts, I gotta replay that part again to make sure like everything flows the way I need it to, and you know, I didn't cut like at a point too early or too late or anything like that. Most of the time, I mean, it's fine, but I mean, it's just very time consuming because I have to go over everything like twice. If those armadillos or if it's just their cousins, the ironbacks, that, oh my god, they have like no HP, but goddamn is their attack power high. Wow, something different for a change. I say, I'm getting the frig out of here. Yeah, see? That's the boss. It's like, are you kidding me? No screen shattering, no nothing. Just another encounter. This place needed a boss. It really did. I mean, especially since it's a challenge about beating the crap out of things. So yeah, that's the whole thing. I just blazed through that in less than 15 minutes. And I pretty much stuck the whole thing on auto battle the whole time, except when I started to suck and I only sat there for 5 minutes restoring my HP because I was afraid I was gonna die. But yeah, that's it. And obviously I'm gonna have to go through it a third or fourth and probably fifth time. I'm not looting all the challenge dungeons for all the treasure. Basically I'm just going for the adamantite. And if there's anything else of value I know that's there, I'll go after that. But everything else, no. I mean, Theodore's, I got the adamantite on the second run, and I called it a day. Rydia's, I got it on the first try, and only had to go through that place again because I needed it on a recording. But yeah, hooray, that's it. I'm awesome. Yeah. Kind of a, like I said, kind of a boring and anticlimactic dungeon. I mean, it's not so bad, all in all. I mean, basically you just need enough levels and like a bunch of high potions and you're fine. And that's it. So yeah, who's next? Who the heck is next? Is Palom next? Or is that Edge? It is Palom next. Oh, that's the fun one. Oh. So, yeah, that was it for this one. I'm sorry if I seem so kind of cynical going over that whole stupid we need more gas in the tank plotline. But considering, you know, Palom and his sailors actually got lost at sea because they're the worst sailors ever, I can totally buy that there's an equally stupid plot point about not filling in the plot holes about fuel for a ship that has sails. That's the other thing I almost forgot about too, but we're not gonna get into that. I think I've exposited on that scene enough. There's just way too much wrong with that scene. That I cannot take it seriously. I'm sorry, I cannot. But thank you for watching nonetheless, guys, and I will see you on the next dungeon.